Now, back with Theodore Tugboat and all his friends, here on Tugboat.
Well, it's nice and warm. You probably won't slip on the ice. Not so easy to get out, though. Oh, hello. I'm just testing some new winter boots. See, it's very important to have a good pair of boots when you're working in the cold weather around the harbor here. Well, down on the docks, you could slip on the ice. You could fall right in the chilly water. Now, that would be cold. No, I don't make mistakes when it comes to something as important as boots. And you know, when the weather gets cold like this, I remember a day when a mistake nearly got Theodore in a whole lot of trouble. It was the coldest day in the big harbor anyone could remember in a long time. It was so cold that the dispatcher was wearing earmuffs and a scarf.
Good morning,
he said. The dispatcher had a bad cold. Good morning, sir, said Hank. We'd really like the new red ropes we're testing, said Emily. All the tugboats had been given new red tow ropes to test. We were supposed to be able to see them better on the dull gray days of winter.
I think this red rope looks very modern,
said Theodore in a strong, clear voice.
Who?
Said the dispatcher. His cold seemed to be making it hard for him to hear. Theodore spoke up loudly.
This new red tow rope. Slowpoke? Are you calling me a slowpoke?
No, sir, said Theodore quickly. I said tow rope. The new red ones, the ones we're all testing today.
Resting today? Why are you resting today? You're supposed to be testing the new tow ropes,
said the dispatcher.
Now, Theodore, you have your harbor safety patrol this morning.
Yes, sir, said Theodore.
George and Emily, please stand by for a big container ship coming in later today. Theodore and Hank, right now, I would like you to bring a small cargo ship into dry dock. Petra will meet you at the harbor entrance. That is all.
Great, said Hank enthusiastically. We're on our way, sir, added Theodore. Theodore and Hank met Petra, the pilot boat, at the entrance to the harbor. Good morning, Petra, called Theodore. Oh, it's even colder out here near the ocean. It sure is, answered Petra. Let's get this ship in quickly. Theodore buttoned on in front and Hank got behind, ready to push. You ready, Hank? Said Theodore. Ready, replied Hank. Theodore began to move forward. He glanced at his bright blue red rope. It looked pretty good, and sure enough, it was getting straighter and straighter. Then he started to feel it getting tighter. This is my favorite part, thought Theodore. When the rope gets tight, suddenly I can feel myself pulling a whole ship by myself. The rope got tighter and tighter. Theodore began to pull. But then, a terrible thing happened. All of a sudden, the new red rope just snapped. The cargo ship bumped right back in the Hank. Ow! Hank, are you all right? Called Theodore, checking over to his friend. Oh, I'm okay, said Hank. What a bump. What happened, Theodore? Theodore's rope snapped, said Petra. I'm very sorry, said Theodore. I don't know why it happened. Hank, said Petra, you better go to the repair yard to see if you're all right. And you need to go back to the dock, Theodore, Petra continued. I'll use my radio to call the dispatcher and ask him to send another tug to finish this job. Okay, said Theodore sadly. He felt badly about what had happened. He thought he had made some kind of mistake, but he wasn't really sure what it was. Meanwhile, Petra called the dispatcher on her two-way radio. Back at the Great Ocean dock, the dispatcher's two-way radio crackled to life. It was Petra. Now, the dispatcher still wasn't feeling very well. Between the cold and the earmuffs, he could hardly hear Petra's story. Those new red ropes we're testing are dangerous. They can't be counted on for towing. She was calling on her radio.
Who? Over.
Asked the dispatcher, foggily, thinking that Petra was calling about one of the tubs. Who? Wondered Petra. What did the dispatcher mean? Then she decided he must have meant who's too. Theodore's. Over. She said into her radio.
Well, we'll have to see about that.
Radioed back to dispatcher.
I'll send Modoc to finish the job. Over and out.
Theodore was on his way back to the Great Ocean Dock when he saw the dispatcher waiting for him. Oh, he thought, the dispatcher doesn't look very happy. I wonder if it's because of the mistake I made. And then, what the dispatcher said was worse than Theodore could ever have imagined.
Dangerous and can't be counted on. This is the worst report I've ever had about one of my tugs.
What? Sputtered Theodore. He was very surprised by what the dispatcher was saying. You see, being sick was making the dispatcher grumpy.
I'll have to deal with this later,
He said.
I need to rest now. In the meantime, Theodore, you have to stay here at the dock.
Stay at the dock, echoed Theodore.
Stay at the dock.
Repeated the dispatcher.
And do not leave for any reason.
Well, Theodore thought maybe he had just made a small mistake. Now it seemed much bigger than that. Had he done something that he'd forgotten about? He felt miserable. The dispatcher turned for a rest. He even hung up a special sign telling everyone that he was not to be disturbed.